The journey on this earth started with desires. These burning desires led to consume much of its resources. Even as I walk the last mile of this journey, I'm taking something very precious from this earth.
We are not going to live forever. Death is an inevitable part and the last mile of our life cycle. According to an estimate, in India, 9.5 million deaths occur annually, out of which more than 6.8 million are cremated. Cremation is an ancient ritual in which the corpse is disposed of by burning it on a wooden pyre in an open ground. In case of small children, the corpse is just surged in the river. We may not be aware of the facts, but today, the grief is adding immense burden on the environment, our holy rivers, and to the forest cover in the Indian subcontinent. In India, nearly 4.5 million tons of wood is used to burn human corpses annually, and about 50 to 60 million trees are cut to feed that consumption.
20,000 लोग रोज मर रहे हैं और उनको जलाने के लिए हर एक व्यक्ति के लिए 3.5 टन लकड़ी चाहिए। तो आप ये समझ सकते हैं कि रोज कितने टनों लकड़ी के लिए हमें वृक्षों को जो है वो काटना पड़ता है।
The amount of air pollution that is being generated, the amount of river pollution that is being done by ashes, half burnt bodies, unburnt bodies.
और पहले कुछ शव ऐसे ही गंगा में बहा दिए जाते थे, अधजले शव फेंक दिए जाते थे, या पर्यावरण की दृष्टि से भी ढेर सारी लकड़ी की बर्बादी होती थी।
About 8 million tons of GHG emissions are being emitted in the atmosphere, and about 0.8 million tons of ashes are being dumped into the rivers.
Before partition, our forest level in India was more than 42%. But unfortunately, it has come down drastically to 19.3%.
All of us talk about the global warming, acid rain, and other ozone layer, the glacier melting, the shortening or the shrinking of the deserts. All this because of the ecological imbalance created by us human beings.
It is a double problem. For the cremation, there is a scarcity of wood, and for the burial, there is a scarcity of land.
This is Manikarnika Ghat, known for its open cremation ground. On an average, 200 bodies are burned here every day. If we presume that each body requires 500 kilograms of wood, that totals to 1,000 tons of wood daily for this ghat alone. Scarcity of fuel often results in the incomplete cremation, and half-burnt bodies are thrown into the rivers, making it one of the major sources of pollution.
प्रतिदिन यहाँ सैकड़ों की संख्या में शव जलते हैं, दिन रात अहरनिश शव जलते हैं, और जब बहुत ठंड पड़ती है या एक्सट्रीम वेदर कंडीशन में उनकी संख्या बढ़ जाती है, तो काफ़ी संख्या में यहाँ पे लकड़ी की खपत होती है।
There are many wood traders around these ghats. The wood is easily available and is brought on the shore of this ghat from neighboring states. The trading of firewood involves many middlemen before it eventually reaches to the stores of people like Gajanan Pandey.
24 घंटा में जो है 500 मन से 600 मन तक बिकता है।
Today, the traditional cremation in an open ground is adding tremendous burden on our fragile environment. As per a survey, the demand for firewood and timber in 2010-11 has risen from 235 million cubic meter to 300 million cubic meter. And on the other hand, safe level of wood drawing from the forest has fallen to 35 million cubic meter from the previous safe level of 48 million cubic meter. The need of the hour is to opt for eco-friendly cremations and do our bit for the environment and to save trees.
We all have to work towards that. We love our children, our grandchildren. Is it not our responsibility to see that we leave behind a cleaner, healthier environment for them to live?
Motivated by the ecological concerns, the people of Agra frequently promote eco-friendly cremation through rallies. This rally is being taken out to promote electric cremation run by the Bajaja committee. What's so unique about this rally is the presence of women. These women folk generate awareness about electric cremation by distributing pamphlets and making the local people aware of the disadvantages of traditional cremation.
विद्युत शवदाह के संबंध में जो भ्रांतियां हैं, अंतिम संस्कार को लेकर जो लोगों के संबंध में जानकारी का अभाव है, हम उसको इस पैम्फलेट के माध्यम से समाज को जागृत करने का काम कर रहे हैं। एक ये संकल्प पत्र क्षेत्र बजाजा कमेटी विविध कार्यक्रमों के माध्यम से लोगों से भरवाती है, जिसमें लोग स्वेच्छा से घोषणा करते हैं कि मेरे निधन के पश्चात मेरा अंतिम संस्कार विद्युत शवदाह में किया जाए।
Electric cremation is just like the traditional cremation and allows the family members to follow all the rituals associated with the last rites of the dead. In this eco-friendly process, heat is generated through electricity instead of wood. Once the rituals are finished, the body is slowly pushed inside the electric chamber and the door is closed. The interior of the closed electric chamber has a temperature of around 800 to 900 degrees Celsius, and the body is burnt within 60 to 90 minutes. In India, every major or metropolitan city is having electric crematoriums. Some, like in Agra, are running successfully and others not. Some have even been shut down due to low demand. The culprit of this low demand is ignorance and lack of awareness about these facilities. It's time to spread the word and save the trees and the environment.
हम इस विद्युत शवदाह के माध्यम से पूरे वर्ष में जो लगभग 1000 शवदाह यहाँ होते हैं, तो 5000 कुंटल लकड़ी यानी 5000 पेड़ों को हम नष्ट होने से बचा रहे हैं, और इससे पर्यावरण को बहुत बड़ा संरक्षण मिल रहा है, और आने वाले वर्षों में ये संख्या और बराबर बढ़ने वाली है।
The Municipal Corporation of Varanasi has also constructed an electric crematorium at Harish Chandra Ghat. The charges here are very nominal compared to traditional cremation, and it's also running successfully, just like in Agra.
इलेक्ट्रिक क्रेमेटोरियम के ढेर सारे बेनिफिट्स हैं। पहला तो गंगा में प्रदूषण में कमी आती है। नंबर 2, लकड़ी की खपत नहीं होती है, तो लकड़ी न कटने से पर्यावरण हमारा बचता है ना। तीसरा, इसमें समय की बचत हो जाती है, और चौथा कि ये सस्ता है।
In India, there is one more eco-friendly cremation system gaining popularity these days. Mokshada, the Delhi-based NGO, has come up with a unique mix of tradition with science to dispose of the dead. What's so interesting about this green cremation system is that it uses firewood to cremate the body, but to a very limited amount only.
It means if in a conventional cremation system we are using about 400 to 500 kgs of wood, in Mokshda system we are using about 100 to maximum 150 kgs of wood.
Burning of less fuel wood helps in reducing an equivalent amount of carbon dioxide emissions and minimizing global warming to that extent. Fuel wood being the major component of cost in cremation, wood saving offered by the system makes it an affordable alternative to the people from weaker groups of society too. The system is practically free of air pollutants like smoke and solid particulate matters and reduces river pollution. The main part of this system is the pyre, which can withstand high temperature conditions and corrosive environment. The body is placed on this pyre with limited amount of wood. When the body is burnt, due to temperature difference, large amounts of air move up towards the chimney. This helps in the complete combustion, and the temperature could rise to 400 degrees to 500 degrees Celsius, which eventually burns the body with limited amount of wood. Specially fabricated trays are used for ash collection, which have helped reducing the blocking time of the system to just 2 hours only, as compared to that of 3 days in the traditional method. Once the body is burnt completely and the ashes are removed from the tray, the volunteers of Mokshada clean the area, including the pyre, which is then ready for the next dead corpse.
The benefits of Mokshada green cremation system are: number one, we are saving trees since we are saving wood. Then we are saving space, since on 1 unit of Mokshada green cremation system we can perform about 4 to 5 cremations in a day. Vis-a-vis in traditional system you need lot of space, as a platform is blocked for 3 days, since there is a ritual that ashes are collected after 2 days or 3 days.
Mokshada has at present installed 50 such units across 5 states in India, and there is huge acceptability to all its units, as it is much closer to the traditional cremation system. The Ministry of Environment and Forests, Government of India, recognizes the system for its potential to not only address river pollution, but also GHG reductions. A similar fusion of tradition and technology like Mokshada is also being implemented in the state of Andhra Pradesh. The technique uses a gasifier which produces huge flames to cremate the dead bodies. Meet Rajwant Singh Gulati, who has been running Swargdham cremation ground in the Alwal district of Hyderabad since 1984. It was also with the initiative of Rajwant Singh Gulati that the state of Andhra Pradesh saw its first biomass gasifier-based cremation system.
Everything is very systematic here. The basic idea is the gas is produced out of the wood only, this wood which you see. The normal traditional cremation, the wood is of a long size, but here it is cut and then taken to the machine.
The uniform-sized chopped wood is then put into the gasifier. The limited amount of wood is then ignited, and the gasifier is kept ready to make the producer gas. A separate room has been constructed to perform all the religious rituals by the relatives of the dead.
After all the rituals are completed, the body is brought to the trolley. Here the family members and all the relatives have the last darshan of the body, and then this body is pushed into the furnace and the doors are closed.
This is the main part of the biomass gasifier plant, where the producer gas is generated in the limited supply of air. This neat and clean gas is then pushed into the closed chamber of the furnace through specially designed nozzle. The entire furnace is engulfed with fire, which is of 8 feet in length. The temperature inside the furnace reaches between 800 to 1100 degrees Celsius, which eventually incinerates the body.
The project helps to burn the bodies in very limited time. The ashes are available just in 2 hours' time. The project is eco-friendly, it saves on wood and helps in pollution control.
We already installed such gasifiers in Tamil Nadu, West Bengal, Pondicherry, now in Andhra Pradesh. This is the first gasifier-based crematorium in Andhra Pradesh, and with the awareness these people are creating here, people are knowing about this technology, and many inquiries are coming within the Andhra Pradesh and out of the places also.
The government is today praising these individual initiatives, and so are the people of Hyderabad.
I would prefer myself to be burnt out finally after my death in a producer gas based crematorium.
Amritsar, home to the famous Golden Temple, is proud to be the first city in northern India to have eco-friendly liquefied petroleum gas or LPG fueled crematorium. The Punjab Pollution Control Board is of the view that the 2 LPG crematoriums installed in the city would definitely cut down the consumption of firewood and help in the reduction of harmful gases. The infrastructure is almost similar to the biomass gasifier-based cremation plant, with only difference being the fuel, which is used to cremate the body.
When a dead body is brought, it is placed on this trolley. All the rituals according to the respective religions like Sikhism, Hinduism and Jainism, they are performed over here, and thereafter the body is ready to be cremated inside the chamber.
Once the body is inside the closed chamber, the eldest son puts a small fire and the doors are closed. LPG fuel is pushed inside the chamber, and within few seconds, the entire chamber is filled with flames. The temperature inside the chamber rises between 900 to 1100 degrees Celsius that can even burn the hardest bone in the body. The hot air from the chamber is passed through a water tank where the hot air is cooled down. Particulate matter and fly ash are arrested, and then the cooled air is sucked by an exhaust fan sent through a chimney to a height of 100 feet into the atmosphere.
In our society, there is another ritual called Kapal Kriya. It is also very important, and for that Kapal Kriya, we have made the provision into this machine. We remove this window plate. You make a dash on the skull of the dead body. This plate, this window is closed, and that ritual is completed.
The technique takes just an hour to cremate a single body and consumes 10 to 12 kilograms of LPG gas. The idea of using LPG for cremation was initially developed in the state of Kerala, where it has become a big hit, and people have today readily accepted the change.
We installed 35 units in Kerala and in Amritsar, and 15 units order is in our hand.
The people of Amritsar have also accepted the change, and today each unit of LPG crematorium is receiving 2 to 3 bodies daily. The figure is low, but with much publicity and awareness, it would definitely increase in the future.
मेरी मदर सुरेंद्र कौर जी ने यहाँ के रीजनल कोई पंजाबी अखबार पढ़ रहे थे, तो उन्हें पता लगा कि यहाँ पे वो भी सिस्टम शुरू हो गया कि जिसमें लकड़ी की बजाय LPG से संस्कार हो जाता है। तभी उन्होंने बोला कि ये तो बड़ा अच्छा काम हो गया, क्योंकि आदमी ने कहा ज़िंदगी में चाहे एक भी वृक्ष ना लगाया हो, पर जब वो यहाँ दुनिया से जाता है तो कम से कम 2 वृक्ष अपने साथ ले जाता है, कम से कम 2 वृक्षों की बलि देनी पड़ती है। तो तभी उन्होंने शो कर दिया था, बता दिया कि अगर मेरा कल को संस्कार करोगे जब मैं यहाँ नहीं रहूँगी, तो आप LPG की विधि से ही करना।
मैं तो औरत को एक बहुत बड़ी शक्ति मानती हूँ। वो जैसा चाहे अपने परिवार को तो चला ही सकती है, समाज को भी चला सकती है और राष्ट्र को भी चला सकती है। तो इसी कारण हम सोचते हैं कि अगर जितना भी अधिक से अधिक इसका प्रचार प्रसार महिलाओं के माध्यम से हो, तो इसके जो हमें बड़े अच्छे परिणाम मिल सकेंगे।
In Delhi, LPG crematorium has a twin brother, and it is compressed natural gas or CNG-based crematorium. This is Nigambodh Ghat, where 6 units of CNG crematoriums have been installed, and they are all working successfully since 2007.
CNG जो है तकरीबन 1.5 घंटे के अंदर पूरी बॉडी उसके अंदर जल जाती है, और 1.5 घंटे के बाद हम लोगों को बॉडी की जो अस्थियां हैं, जो राख है, वो अगर चाहे व्यक्ति तो 1.5 घंटे बाद ले सकता है।
मशीन का टेम्परेचर लास्ट जो हम लोग चलाते हैं सर 850 या 900 लास्ट। फायरिंग के बाद जो है धुआं निकलता है, वो मोटर चलाकर धुआं चिमनी द्वारा निकल जाता है। जहाँ अस्थियाँ निकलती है वहाँ का टेम्परेचर कम से कम 85-100 के आसपास होता है।
The operation of these units is very simple, and one can operate them after a week's training. We can say this is the cheapest way of cremation with minimum use of energy, and till date it's the cleanest fuel.
CNG के अंदर क्रेमेशन के लिए सिर्फ 500 रुपये का हमने शुल्क रखा हुआ है।
हमारी धार्मिक मान्यता ये है, पर्यावरण की दृष्टि से भी CNG बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण है।
The Zoroastrians have their own way of disposing of the dead. They prefer to expose their dead to the elements and flesh-eating birds within the confines of the towers of silence. The act is also considered to be an individual's final act of charity. However, over the last few decades, the alarm